When it comes to oversized, lanky scores that can put the ball in the basket at a very high rate, there's this certain player that has worked his way up and has became one of the best 3-level scorers in all of basketball. Now, he's a player that never did too much talking, but has always been willing to go all in on whoever if he feels disrespected. Now, over the course of his development, he's battled some tough times, but he's really managed to stay on track ever since a young age. This is the Brandon Ingram story. Brandon Ingram was born on September 2nd, 1997 in Kingston, North Carolina to Joanne and Donald Ingram. Now, his father was a hoop star and was pushing his way through the semi-pro leagues. But when he moved back home to Kingston, he started playing pickup games with the young Jerry Stackhouse, who was looking to play against older and more experienced players to really help his game elevate. And from there, the two began to grow a strong friendship, which led Jerry Stackhouse to take Brandon under his wing as a kid and mentored him. Now, another big part in Ingram's development as a kid was his brother Donovan, as he spent weekends really teaching Brandon the fundamentals of basketball. But with Kingston's extremely high crime rate, Ingram really stayed out the mix and made a special effort to focus on his craft. Throughout his teenage years, his brother allowed him to play pickup games with him and his older friends, which really forced Brandon to develop. He even described the experience as the best thing that ever happened to my game. By the time he reached the 8th grade, Stackhouse became his AAU coach, and this is where he took his game into the next level. But as a freshman while attending Kingston High School in North Carolina, he was good enough to participate on the varsity team and was even able to contribute to their NCHS AA2A state championship victory. But as a sophomore, this is where he really started to come into his own. He averaged 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest, but even went on to help lead his team to their second consecutive state title. And as he returned for his junior season, he shot up to 6'7" and started to receive a lot of interest from big-time schools all across the country. But during his official visit at Duke, one of the associate head coaches at the time thought that Ingram's official visit was the worst one in his 7 years in Durham, because Ingram hardly said a word. But the coach would soon learn that staying low-key and observing everything was Ingram's gift. And for his junior season, he averaged 20 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks per game, and led his team to their 3rd consecutive state title. Entering his senior year, he was a solidified 5-star prospect and was ranked 3rd in the ESPN Top 100, while being the 2nd best small forward in the nation in the class of 2015. He was easily the number 1 player in his state, while being able to put up averages of 24 points, 10 rebounds, but also went on to experience his 4th straight championship appearance, in which he was able to win, putting up 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks over East Lincoln High School. He became the first player to win 4 consecutive state championships in North Carolina High School Athletics Association history. So after becoming a McDonald's All-American, he made the decision to sign a letter of intent to play basketball at Duke University. As a freshman, he made an immediate impact, averaging 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. He shot 44% from the field and 41% from 3. His presence helped Duke as far as the Sweet 16 in the NCAA tournament. He averaged 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists before losing to Oregon. He was named ACC Rookie of the Year, and he received an AP All-American honorable mention as a freshman. And after just 1 season, he entered the 2016 NBA draft and was the 2nd overall pick by the Los Angeles Lakers. Coming off the bench, he was able to tally on 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. The Lakers finished that season with a 26-56 record. By the end of the season, there were already people writing him off as a bust. The next year, he really upped his average to 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, with a true shooting percentage of 54%. But as he entered his 3rd season, expectations were a bit higher, better. As the Lakers acquired LeBron, he simply showed up, averaging 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. He shot 49% from the field and 33% from 3, and with a usage rating of 23.2. Now his season was cut short due to a deep vein thrombosis. They were unable to make the playoffs. In the summer of 2019, Brandon and Lonzo were moved to the Pelicans. In part of the Anthony Davis trade, the Pelicans were even able to land the #1 pick, Zion Williamson. Ingram averaged career highs of 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists per contest. But on January 16th, Ingram scored his career high, putting up 49 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists, and a win versus the Utah Jazz. He accomplished for the season, becoming a first-time All-Star, but didn't stop there. He was awarded the most improved player for that season. Now for the following season, it was practically identical to his stats in the previous year. He averaged 24 points for the second straight year, on above average efficiency. Now they did finish 11th in the Western Conference, missing the playoffs. Now in the very next year, things weren't looking any better. Lonzo was gone and Zion was hurt, and the Pelicans started off 1-12. Brandon took control alongside new addition at the time, CJ McCollum, and the rest of the young core. He averaged 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists, while shooting 46% from the field and 32% from 3. He really matured, especially with his playmaking abilities. He became one of the best mid-range shooters in the league. Ingram was a big help in them shocking the world, making the playoffs, and even made it tough for the Phoenix Suns in the first round and took them 6 games before losing. Now in the 2022-23 season, with Zion back in the lineup, Brandon Ingram and the Pelicans have been on a roll. He's been scoring at all 3 levels and has really been using his length to his advantage around the rim. With the Pelicans not really having a true point guard, it has really allowed Brandon's role to be expanded. He has simply been feasting from mid-range and has been able to work with so much space, and when he gets to those mid-range spots, it has become automatic for him. Standing at 6'8" with a 7'3" wingspan is what has allowed him to produce a top 5 amount of makes from mid-range in the past 2 seasons. So far, he's been averaging 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, while shooting 47% from the field and 46% from 3. Brandon Ingram is someone who, throughout all the high expectations and all the nagging injuries, never doubted his on-court abilities to be great, but is also someone who became a true leader and really took charge, which is exactly why his team's success is where it is today.
First, I want to say to God be the glory. Without him, I wouldn't be healthy. I wouldn't have a chance to get back on the basketball court. I think me getting injured and not being able to be back on the court, just wanted to put in my work every single day and just get the best out of it.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Brandon Ingram story.